Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is episode 9 of Know Your Author series, and today we have with us Shri Vijay Lakshmi. She's the author of 5 books, she's a poet, she's also a full-time faculty teaching English, and let's find out more from herself. Do you see me? Okay. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we have with us Vijay Lakshmi. She's a doctorate in English literature. She's a gold medalist in her PG studies. She's a quiz master. She's a poet, and she's author of 5 books: Quest for God, Anthology, Poem on Eternal God, A Postmodernist Critique of Select Works of Amitav Ghosh, which was her doctoral thesis as well. Her 4th book was Black, and 5th book, Love Beyond Love, is her latest collection of poetry. Recently, she was awarded by Hon'rable Chief Minister of Gujarat for her work in literature. She has won Udgam Women's Achiever Award for year 2019 in the field of literature. Her book won second prize in Coimbatore Literary Awards for poetry. So welcome back, Vijay Lakshmi. And yes,
Thank you,
we'll start with
Sana.
you.
Yeah, thank you,
Tell us more
Sana, for
about yourself.
First, let me thank you. So, thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And so about me, I started writing poems at the age of 16, and then for me, writing it was always a journey which was found deep within. I was actually seeking answers to the question that is, who am I? Which went very deep into my heart, mind, and my soul. And the world of imagination and fantasy has always captivated me. And I actually always wanted to become a writer. So, what I used to do was I used to pen down my deepest thoughts, feelings, and experience in a diary all these years. And somewhere or the other, I just wrote to find my hidden self. So I just wanted to explore the hidden self in me. And I believe that there are no borders and boundaries in expressing whatever you wish to write. I still remember the first poem which I wrote. That was like, say, 15, 18 years ago. Like it goes like this: Lost in the vagaries of life, I woke up. Lost in the vagaries of life, I woke up to find my dreams shattered, never to be repaired in the realm of consciousness. So, here, the 3 states of consciousness, it refers to the dreaming, the waking, and the sleeping states. And also, you have the manifestation of Om, which is a sound of the universe, which mankind has to attune himself or herself with. So it was on this aspect of shattered dreams and the connection to life that I started writing. I'm very grateful to my father and my mother who always taught me the value of time, and my husband who always believed in me. So thanks to my family members. And it took about 2 months for me to complete a book and 6 months to finish fiction. That is 2 months to complete a poetry book. So when I started my first book, that is Quest for God, the aspect of the eternal was the central focal point. And poetry is always dear to me. And I also wanted to speak out my heart on every notion of life or every aspect of life. So I think that life is so beautiful. It's a gift given by God. And I want to paint life in its authenticity. So that's how I started writing.
Oh, it's a
And
beautiful journey, and
yeah,
I could see, yeah, it's really.
yeah,
But I really like that it's around spirituality and spiritualism,
yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah,
but I think that's what connects everyone, whichever faith you are. It doesn't matter. The
true,
spirituality, it connects people on the same level. So
true,
everyone can really connect with each other on one level. That at the spiritual level, we are all equals. We are spirits. We are souls, and there is
true.
just one center focal point, around which we are all rotating.
Yeah, so like when I was around 17, 18 years, I just used to think like I used to read Vedas and Upanishads. I am so much influenced by poetry of Rumi also, and I just used to think, ki, who am I? So it was just no, at that particular age, like it was like sort of too deep. Like I used to just think, so like who am I? So am I this name? Am I this body? Am I this heart or mind or what am I? So like na, this one question it led to other questions, and this other questions it became a very complex system until I was able to find peace through meditation, and when I connected to my real self. So it's all like connected one to the other, one with
Yeah,
the
it's
other.
like connecting dots, one to the
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
So
and
how was your
even
childhood? Tell me
yeah.
about your childhood. How were you?
Yeah,
You were shy or a extrovert?
I was actually an introvert and I was very calm and obedient child. And whatever my parents used to tell, I just used to obey them. Like I
All the authors that I'm interviewing, most of
yeah.
them, they are introverts.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's like it's mostly, I think it's coming that you're introvert and you have an inner self of expression, that
True,
okay,
true,
there's
true.
not so much need to talk to people because you can talk to yourself by
Yeah,
writing, thinking.
yeah. So, like those days, I used to just observe people, like their habits, their mannerisms, what they spoke, and how they behaved, and in a family of professionals like doctors and engineers. So they thought ki like I need to improve my communication skills, but my communication skills was also good. The problem was like I was too much to myself.
Mm.
Like I was thinking about nature, I was thinking about God, I was thinking about spirituality. So that that concept of introvert is somehow or somewhat connected to this writing books
Yeah, I think so.
and writing poetry especially. And my dad had a collection of around 500 books.
Wow.
So it's a personal library. One room is full of library. So he also inspired me to write poetry.
So you were exposed to books and reading and writing at early age.
Yeah,
That
true,
helps
true.
to shape actually, a lot.
Yeah.
So what's your
And
favorite book?
yeah, favorite book is of course the poetry of Rumi.
Yeah.
And like I fell in love with the poetry of Rumi at a very young age. So I would just like to read out a few lines from the poetry of Rumi. That is, you were born with wings. You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life? So this made
Mm.
a really deep impact in my mind and in my life. So as a human being, we have the highest potential. As a human being, like we have the capacity to fulfill whatever we want to achieve in our life, whether it is success, whether it is a very beautiful destination. So we are not utilizing 100% of it. So most of the time what we are doing is we are just focusing on the past. The past is just dead and gone, and we are just thinking about the future is not born yet also. So we just lose focus on the very valuable aspect, that is the present. So here, this influenced me to think about the present and also about the concept of time and space. So I somehow felt that the concept of time and space, it is just an attribute to measure the value of life, or what you call the success, the failure. All these are just attributes of our life. And there is one more, which is my most favorite one. It's a bit long, lengthy.
Yeah, I am a
Yeah.
fan of Rumi. I keep reading Masnavi. I have read all the 3 volumes of Masnavi.
Wow.
And I keep
Okay.
going back to them
Yeah.
because every time
And
you go back, you will pick a layer
yeah,
deeper and you will find new meaning to what you previously understood.
yeah. So here it's like I am and I am not, the poetry. I am drenched in the flood, which has yet to come. I am tied up in the prison, which has yet to exist. Not having played the game of chess, I am already the checkmate. The Not having tasted a single cup of your wine, I am already drunk. Not having entered the battlefield, I am wounded and slain. I no longer know the difference between image and reality. Like the shadow, I am and I am not. So, this was the piece of poetry which has influenced me a lot.
Yo, it's beautiful. I loved
Yeah.
this one also so much. But it's beautiful how amazing that they pin their poetry around God, that they're so much
Yeah.
in love, with him or her,
Yeah.
that they're longing and they're crying, and they cannot, it's like same feeling that you have
Yeah.
for a lover. They
Yeah.
found their lover
And
actually in God.
yeah, yeah. And like at one point of time, there was also this single line which goes like this, like, the wound is the place where the light enters.
Yeah.
So like most of the time I was thinking, like, as we are born as human beings, it is natural for us to go through pain, to go through suffering. Like, tears are almost a part of life, so it's not that a man or a woman is happy throughout the life. So we have to face, it's like sort of 50-50. So when I thought about it, like, all those bitter experience, I somehow realized that uh, God, or what we call the higher power controlling us, or nature, or providence, it's just trying to teach us a lesson. It's just trying to teach us a lesson so that we can explore our higher self. And it is also trying to teach us a lesson in a way in which we can connect more with the God. So it's just like we are just our soul is just like a dot or a speck
Yeah.
trying to connect with the higher self.
Yes. It's beautiful. Okay. So another fun question for you. What is
Yeah.
your fun time? What do you do in your fun time or me time apart from reading and writing?
Yeah. Like fun time, I just love to travel, and I have explored like most of the temples and churches and mosques of South India. And I'm also interested in going to the Buddhist places of meditation, Buddhist and Jainism. And like, my most favorite memory was when I explored the temple of Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple, where I got influenced by the rich culture and the tradition of India, through which I wrote the first book, that is Quest for God.
Quest for God.
Yeah.
That's nice. And what was the turning point in life, when you thought that, I don't know when did you first write the book? It was which year? The Quest for God? That was the
Yeah.
turning point, actually.
Yeah, no, actually, that was not the turning point. Like, when I wrote my second book, that is Poems on the Eternal God, so that was a sort of turning point in my life. So when I feel like the younger self of Vijay Lakshmi, I was like not so matured, no, not experienced. Now also, I have a lot of things to learn. It's not that I'm so experienced, but then, like, the younger self of me just missed the nature of spirituality, because the nature of spirituality, it remains a question forever. And as you see, like, we are in search of our true nature every time. So are we able to find, is the important question. So is it just the consciousness, or it is just the biophenomena attached to it? So I feel that Almighty God is always waiting for our love, when all other forms of love are extinguished forever. God only wants our love and nothing else. So it is we as human beings who just go to temple or the place of worship to ask God, please give me that, please give me this. But uh, it's like God's love is unconditional, and our thirst for love, it quenches only after finding the love beyond love of the divine. And choosing a spiritual path and looking deep within is an option for everyone, but only a few choose to attend. That is, the body, the mind, and the soul has to come into unison. And when you see through and beyond Maya, you realize what is dream and what is reality. So knowing is being. So that is what you call the interference of mind and matter, which attracts the singularity of the universe. So here, everything would be lost. Love, bonding, even the separation of life. I will not call it death. It's just a continuum of life. So when you realize that, you surrender yourself to the eternal. And you see that spiritual journey is also a very complex process. So I just read this particular quote from a Tamil book known as Siddhargal Vali. Siddhargal are those seers, divine seers, or whom we call as saints.
Okay.
That is, a spiritual journey is a very complex process. Our form, it exists from the senses. Our sensory organs, it portrays the senses. Our sensory organs, it represents life. And life proves that there is proof of existence, which in turn leads to knowledge of mind, eternity, and intelligence. So here it is referring to the no thinking state or the nothingness, which is attained and is an answer to all the problems of our life. So that is how I view spirituality.
No, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm glad I'm connected to you. I'm really, absorbing all the knowledge that
Thank
you're
you.
sharing. Because
Thank you.
I like to read about spirituality and do some meditation. And in my own aspect of, things like I like more Sufism aspect of spirituality that connects me or binds me more. But I also like to read about Buddhism and whichever. But I always see that they are like a funneling to spirituality. Religions
Yeah, yeah.
is
These
like
are
a
just
yeah
different tunnels,
transportation, and
and the
then they all
destination
funnel
is
it
God.
to spirituality at the end. So what
Yeah.
exists is your soul and your quest for God. I think it should come. Everyone has that question inside. It's just that maybe they're not listening to it.
True.
But it starts very early age, as you said, like 16 or 17, you start getting those questions. So I think there is
True.
always that calling that God calls you at the age when your consciousness builds. And then it's
True.
up to you. You are answering that call or not.
Yeah. But what happened was, like, after like 16, the call came, but I was not able to realize at that
I
point
think
of
most
time.
of us miss it.
And then when I like now in my 30s, I
Yeah,
realized
you
it.
get another call, wake up call. Yeah,
Get another
wake up call. Yeah.
call. True.
And then you are more, attentive and serious about life. And then you have seen, at least in
Yeah.
those 10 years from 10 to, I would say 20 to 30, a lot has happened. And then you realize, okay,
Yeah.
I have to
True.
go back to the calling. So, yeah.
Yeah. True.
But how did you get your book published? Did you feel any challenges to get your book published? It was easy or hard for you the first time when you published?
No, there were like no challenges. Like, it was a very smooth ride. And the first book I published with Kinari Publications, second one Purnima Publications, third, fourth with Amazon, and the latest one, that is Love Beyond Love, was with Notion Press.
Okay.
So I would just like to show my book.
Yes,
So this
please.
is the book
Love
that
Beyond
is
Love.
Love Beyond Love. So you have love, and then you have the mirror image, and
Okay.
then you have the color pink, and the mudras, and the lady who is trying to connect to the divinity or the providence. And there is a sort of aura. So it's like realizing yourself and loving yourself and connecting with your inner self.
No, it's really nice. And I couldn't get the book on online through Kindle because I
Okay.
think it's only
Yeah.
available in India for the moment. But I think
Yeah.
my viewers who are from
It's
India
also
can.
available on Google Play Store and Apple
Okay,
Play
okay.
Store also.
I will mention the
And
links actually,
yeah,
and I will read
okay.
also. I
Yeah.
was able to get a sample of it from
Mhm.
Kindle, but I couldn't buy it because my account was, I think, in Belgium. They
Okay.
needed an Indian account. But yeah,
Yeah.
I will come back to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
next question, what is writing for you?
Yeah. Writing is passion. Writing is life, and writing is spirituality. So, it's like passion is a sort of thing when you do with your heart, mind, and soul. So I do, like, morning. I wake up around 5:30. I do yoga and do meditation, and then I start writing. And it takes time for me to write fiction, but poetry, like after doing meditation, I can just write it quickly. It's just like
It
a
comes
minute
naturally to you.
comes naturally. Yeah.
That's nice. And do you have like a schedule every day that you write, or you have number of hours that you spend
Yeah, usually morning, say from 6 to 8, I write.
before you go to
So
work?
this is the, yeah, before I go to work.
I
And
think
these days
this
it's
is
only
the pattern.
online.
I'm checking with all the authors that they use the morning time for
Yeah,
their own writing, and they say that at that time it's the best when they write.
it's, yeah, true.
Like the last author I interviewed, she also said that in the morning she wakes up really early, like 4:35, and then she writes for 1 or 2 hours. And she says she has that brain, pure energy at the time to write. So
You
I
call
have to
that as
become an early
4:30.
person, early morning person to write.
Yeah, yeah. You call that 4:30 as Brahma Muhurt.
Okay.
So it's like it's very good. Like there is fresh oxygen, there is fresh air, and then the mind it starts working active, and then you
Activating, yeah.
think in a different and innovative way.
Yeah, she was saying that it's more pure energy. It's not polluted at that time, with the other thoughts.
True,
So you can focus very
true,
well.
true, true.
So I have to become a
Yeah.
morning person for that.
It's okay.
I'm more
Like
a night
it
person
depends.
actually.
It depends. Like whenever I am happy or whenever I am sad. Like also I also write at night. Like it depends on situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is more at night because when I see everyone sleeps, then I have more time and then I come to writing whatever poem or article that
Great,
I write. Or whatever
great,
editing
great.
of the videos that I have to do, I use that time.
Yeah,
Morning,
true,
it's
true.
like, okay, I just have half an hour, 1 hour in the morning, so not so much.
Yeah.
And do you want to read something for us from your book, Love Beyond Love?
Yeah, definitely. Just a second. Yeah. So this is regarding feminism. We played the Chinese whispers. We played the Chinese whispers one on one until the words she was reincarnated as he. So like most of the time, how the she it turns into he. And there is this other one. This is also regarding feminism. When she was named Ganga, she thought herself to be a primary source of civilization. When she was named Gauri, she thought herself to be the mother of the universe. When she was named Lakshmi, she thought herself to be the most auspicious person of the world. When she was named Saraswati, she thought herself to be the dispenser of the highest form of knowledge. When she was named Vaishnavi, she thought herself to be as powerful as the Trinity. The Gangas, the Gauris, the Lakshmis, the Saraswatis, and the Vaishnavis were immersed in the golden rules of the hide and seek of the society. And there is this last one, which is based on spirituality, the testimony of life. The testimony of life rakes in between the will to die and dying to will out the unreachable. So these are my favorite ones.
No, it's beautiful. I read another
Thank
one
you.
in the one, but I didn't remember the word. But it was also for
Yeah,
feminism and it was really nice. It was really powerful.
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we are still struggling with feminism everywhere in the world, all the women. So every struggle is different at different levels, but women are struggling to get equal rights, to get the equality, which has not yet come, I would say. I mean, it is there on the papers, but unless it reaches every home, it's not in real sense, and there are millions of women who are suffering, in the homes, which I have one. I will add you to that group. There is a feminist group if you want to be joining it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's a great group. We
Actually,
discuss, and
it's
there
like,
are a lot of authors and writers also there. I will add you to there.
thank you. So, Yeah, it's like feminism, it's a construct, of course. And I believe that like women, like they suffer, but everything, it depends on us. So it's our mind which controls everything. So in our mind, we have to just believe that we are not controlled by external circumstances. It either it be a man or a woman. So it's possible that both of them, they suffer on the same plane.
No,
It's
that's true.
just that we
Sometimes
have
we're
lot of
also
restrictions.
exploring the fact that men are also victim of patriarchy. So that's
Yeah.
maybe they're
So
also
it's
suffering at their own levels. They have their own struggles. We are not denying that fact.
so it's
But
just
what,
like,
yeah,
yeah, true. It's just like your mind. You have to just control your mind, and you have to first believe that no, I am not controlled by external circumstances or internal circumstances.
yeah,
So
it's
that's
all
the
in the mind.
best way.
And do you have a message for the readers and the viewers? A special message?
Yeah. Yeah. So for the budding writers, it's like never give up and be consistent in your dreams. And for the readers and the audience out there, please stay safe and these tough times such as COVID.
Yeah.
And yeah, and be positive, because it's the positivity which runs life, and it's the faith, hope, and trust which can work wonders and miracles in your life. So always keep your belief, your inner belief, and also believe in God.
No, beautiful passage. But we are really, everyone is now like tired of COVID. It's the second year of being at
True.
home and, being isolated away from friends. So
It's, yeah,
it's
it's
really
the
hard
second
time.
wave of COVID. So yeah, it's
It's second
this the
wave of
second
COVID
wave
in
of
India, and
COVID.
I see the rises, the figures are rising, and people are suffering. In Belgium, it is, I would say, the cases are coming, but we never lifted the lockdown. So since November, we are still in the lockdown. So I think they're planning to remove it from next month, but it will be few rules and regulations. Let's see. But the situation is not as bad as in India.
True.
So
So
thank you
actually,
so much.
vaccination drive has, yeah.